On a day, a young man was walking through the park when he came across an old man sitting on a bench. The old man said, "Hey there, young man. I have a fun challenge for you. If I can guess your age, will you give me 1,000 Rio?" The young man replied with a smile, "Sure, let's see if you can figure it out." The young man agreed, thinking it would be impossible for the old man to guess. But the old man had a clever plan. The old man handed a folded piece of paper to the young man. The young man read it and looked surprised. The young man laughed and said, "Wow, that's smart. You got me. Here's your 1,000 Riel." Do you know what the old man wrote on the paper? The answer was simple: your age. Sometimes the smartest answers are the simplest ones. Mr. Green was killed at exactly 8 p.m. last night. Detective Roy questioned the three suspects. The butler said,
"I was serving dinner in the dining room." And
the maid said,
"Okay, I was cleaning the hallway near the study."
The gardener said,
"I was trimming hedges outside."
Detective Roy examined the study and noticed a shattered vase on the floor, and the clock stopped at 8 p.m. He thought,
"The study window is open. Someone must have heard the noise when the vase fell."
Do you know who is the killer in this murder? Detective Roy gathered the suspects again and said,
"Only one of you had a reason to hear the vase break and act quickly. The killer is the gardener."
As Weekly reported. The gardener looked shocked. Detective Roy continued,
"You claimed you were outside trimming hedges, but it was pitch dark at 8 p.m. How could you trim hedges? You lied because you were here committing the crime."
You enter a dark room with only a match, a candle, a kerosene lamp, and a fireplace. What do you light first? Got your answer? If you said the candle, lamp, or fireplace, you're wrong. The correct answer is the match. You need it to light anything else. At exactly 9 p.m. last night, Mr. White was found dead in her study. Detective Harris questioned the three suspects, and all three testified openly. The cook said,
"I was preparing dinner in the kitchen."
The housekeeper said,
I was polishing the silver in the dining room.
the chauffeur said,
"I was in the garage fixing the car."
Detective Harris examined the study and noticed the window was locked from the inside. The only other clue was a half-drunk glass of water on the desk with a few drops spilled on the floor. He gathered the suspects again and said,
"Only one of you had the opportunity to commit the crime. The killer is the cook."
The cook looked shocked. Detective Harris continued,
"You claimed to be in the kitchen, but the water glass was in the study, and it wasn't touched until after the murder. You were the last to leave, making you the prime suspect."
You're walking through a forest and come across three paths. Each path has a danger sign. Path 1 has a deadly snake that attacks instantly. Path 2 has quicksand that swallows anything within seconds. Path 3 has a tiger that hasn't eaten in weeks. Which path do you choose? If you picked path 3, you're safe. A tiger that hasn't eaten in weeks would be too weak to attack. A man buys a black hat for $10. He sells it for $15. Then he buys it back for $20 and sells it again for $25. How much profit did he make? The answer is $10 profit. He made $5 in the first transaction and another $5 in the second. Imagine this. You're in a mountain that have two caves. One cave leads to freedom, but is guarded by a lion that hasn't eaten in 3 years. The other cave leads to certain death by a raging fire. You have no tools, no help, and only one choice to make. Which cave would you pick to escape? If you chose the cave with the lion, congratulations, you survived. A lion that hasn't eaten in 3 years would already be dead. The trick was in the detail. You have 3 light bulbs in one room and 3 switches outside the room. You can turn the switches on and off as many times as you like, but you can only enter the room once. How can you tell which switch controls which light bulb? Turn on the first switch and leave it on for a few minutes. Turn it off and immediately turn on the second switch. Enter the room. The bulb that is on is controlled by the second switch. The bulb that's warm but off is controlled by the first switch. The bulb that's cold and off is controlled by the third switch. You're trapped in a room with no windows, no doors, and only a desk with a locked drawer. On the desk is a note that reads, "To unlock the drawer, solve this. I'm tall when I'm young and short when I'm old. What am I?" You don't have much time, so think quickly. What could it be? The object is a candle. When a candle is lit, it's tall, and as it burns, it becomes shorter. The solution unlocks the drawer and you escape. Did you solve it in time? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to BrainTeaser Zone for more puzzles and riddles like this.